Welcome back to Better Kansas City. So sure, six-pack abs are a lot of people's goal, but that isn't always attainable. Even still, there are real benefits to strengthening your core. Fitness expert Jackie Gill is here to show us some moves that can actually help us with both our upper and lower body.
Yes. So your core is one of the most important areas to work in your body. If you want to stay healthy long term, it's really important to have a strong core. It helps support your spine health and just helps with endurance in every activity you do.
Okay, so it'll help with all forms of movement.
Yes.
For anybody who maybe doesn't know what your core is, can you point it out to us?
Sure. So your core is actually all the muscles that help to support your torso. So a lot of people think of core, they just think of their abs right here in the front, when actually you have a superficial layer of abs, your rectus abdominis, which are like your six-pack muscles, but the really good deep core muscles to work is your transversus abdominis, and it really helps to tuck everything in and support your low back. You've got your obliques on the sides, and you've got your back extensors back here. So you want to think of it as like a belt all the way around.
Okay, everything. Now, can you show us some moves so we can start incorporating this into our workout routines?
Absolutely, let's do it. So one of the first moves I always teach my clients is a very basic move. It's called a pelvic tilt, and this actually teaches you proper core engagement. So with a lot of my clients, when I say squeeze your core, they actually just try to like tuck their stomach in, and they're not actually squeezing their abs. So you're gonna lay on your back. Most people will naturally have a little bit of an arch between their low back and the floor. So when you do a pelvic tilt, you're gonna squeeze, you're gonna exhale, you're gonna squeeze your stomach, and you're gonna push your spine flat into the mat. So it's not a big movement. It's a inhale, relax, exhale, squeeze, and your pelvis should actually rotate in a little bit, and you should feel, do you feel those abs tighten as you do that?
Absolutely, and I also feel like my back is shifting.
Yes, and so it really feels good on the lower back if you have any low back problems. So once you have this pelvic tilt down, you can make it a little more complicated. So you can do something we call a dead bug. So you put your knees in the air and your arms in the air. Make sure to do your pelvic tilt, so push your back nice and flat before you start the movement. You're gonna alternate sticking your right arm back and your left leg out straight without arching your back. That's the key. And then you're gonna pull it back to the center. You're gonna do the other side. Make sure you're squeezing, pull it back to the center. So I would do about 10 of those to start, and really making sure that you're squeezing. So those are all for your abdominals, right? And you also want to make sure you're working around, so we'll do one for the obliques next, which is going to be right here on the side.
I think this one's going to be a lot better without the mic.
Yeah, the mic, it's going to be a lot more comfortable for sure. So you want to make sure your shoulder is right over your elbow. And what you're going to do is you're going to push up into your knee, you're going to stick your hip as high as you can toward the ceiling, and you should feel it right here on the bottom side of your oblique. This is kind of that love handle area that a lot of people like to work. You can make it even a little bit harder by dipping your hip down and then up toward the ceiling.
Okay, Jackie, and one quick question. How do we know that we're actually working and not just like going through the movement?
So you always want to think about the muscle you're working. So in this instance, it's going to be right here on the bottom side. For your abdominals, if you're not sure you're engaging them the right way, when you cough or you laugh, you naturally get into that pelvic tilt position, and you'll really, really feel those abs working there.
Okay, well, Jackie, thank you so much for that. And I know you were mentioning it's also important to work your back. We are out of time, but there is a Superman move. Do you want to demonstrate that real fast?
So so a Superman, you're going to be on your stomach, you're going to squeeze your glutes, and you're going to lift up and down. And it's really important to work those low back muscles as a part of your core health as well.
Well, Jackie, thank you so much for that complete workout.
You're welcome.
All right, well.